Happy Valentine's Day, everyone! And if you're alone today, let's face it, if you're watching this video, you probably are, then forget about pleasing someone else when you can play some great games. I'm Mahin Kesore, and here are 5 games you might have missed on Steam last week. Why are you a playable bird in a game that's mostly top-down anyways? Who knows? But Scorchlands launched into early access last week. It's a hex-based colony builder with a big focus on resource extraction and all the complex logistics associated with it. So instead of just going out there and digging up stuff, you'll need to take care of how that stuff gets where you want it. So yes, there's a little bit of Factorio in here, but the setting is far less grounded. You're building on and exploiting a procedurally generated volcano satellite. And more importantly, there's magic. Wow, magic. This magical technology will open up better ways to go about your colonization. But naturally, there are baddies out there too that you'll occasionally run into. Studio Ring Lab predicts an 18-month early access period, during which time new features will be added. Best known as the artist behind Thimbleweed Park, Octavi Navarro has also issued a lot of solo-developed adventure games, usually with a strong psychological horror theme. And last week, Navarro released Midnight Scenes from the Woods, which by our account is the 4th in the Midnight Scene series. This entry is set in Fernwood Creek Mental Health Center, which is suffering disturbing incidences following the arrival of a new patient. Protagonist Elijah befriends this new patient, and then the horror starts. Moral of the story, don't have friends. This is a short adventure which can be completed in one sitting. And as usual with the Midnight Scene series, it's all about the Twilight Zone inspired eeriness. Yggdra Union has been passed around more times than a ditto at the daycare center. First released for Game Boy Advance back in 2006, and has since been ported to PSP, smartphones, the Nintendo Switch, and now the PC. Originally published by Atlus, but now handled entirely by its Japan-based developer Sting, it's a fairly orthodox tactics RPG, with a bird's-eye view overworld map used for navigation, and battles taking place from a sidelong perspective. It's not exactly a lost classic, but if you're fond of Japanese fantasy RPGs, you'll probably like it. Curiously, the PC port is in early access, but only so that any lingering bugs can be fixed. It's a substantial port after all, with a new PC-friendly control interface, and other bonuses like the ability to rewind and adjust battle speed. Even if you don't buy this game now, it's okay. Give it a few years and it'll probably be available to play on your microwave. You can't go wrong with an old-fashioned platformer, and if you're craving a conventional Metroidvania, Pentacore could do the trick. Pentacore could make even the likes of Astalon Tears of the Earth look experimental. But its art style is very charming with great pixel art. It ticks all the boxes. A large interconnected world, a nice variety of permanent upgrades, and lots of gnarly baddies to repeatedly shoot to death. It truly looks like a lovely labor of love. Oh, love. Valentine's Day. Get it? Topical. One day, a gate created by the gods suddenly appeared in the human world. It's said that if you overcome all the trials that await you before the gate, any wish will come true. Basic storyline aside, Mystic Gate is a twin-stick shooter roguelike bearing a strong resemblance to the likes of Enter the Gungeon and Nuclear Throne. The loop is what you'd expect. Enter a dungeon, shoot the crap out of bullet-spewing foes, collect loot that will improve or diminish your chances of winning, and then die. There are now expected permanent upgrades that stay good from run to run. But most importantly, there's 2-player local cooperative play. If you can't get enough of this genre, it looks like a blast. And that's all we got time for today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to PC Gamer's YouTube channel. I've been Mahin Kesore, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.